So Meta has been calling creators just to talk about Instagram. And if you didn't know, Meta owns Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. Okay, so they've been calling creators about Instagram and sharing tips on how to grow. And I have listened to all these people who have been called and have collected all this information, and that's what we're going to unpack today. So they're very simple things, but they are new, they are sort of like secrets, and they're out in the public now. So we're just gonna get straight into it. Now I'm gonna start with stories, then we go down. Okay, stories. And this one is something I experimented myself. Like when I had these people saying this, I was like, oh, so I think I have cracked this. So the thing with stories they are recommending is post 6 times a day on average, 6 times a day. However, okay, if you guys have noticed, sometimes when you do so many stories, the first ones will get lots of views, then as you go down, the views just go down. Okay, so that's why 6 is reasonable, because you can get almost the same kind of views with those 6, but like as it goes on, they get very little. So anyway, 6 times. However, you need to let your stories expire once in a while, and a good once in a while is like once a week. So like for me, I noticed when I say I posted yesterday, then I let the I didn't post say for like 24 hours or like 20 hours. When I come back and post, the views are astronomical, like it's crazy. And it's something I tested out, and I actually told my followers, and we all got to try it out, and we're like, okay, yeah, this is for real. So yeah, let your stories expire. Like the weekend is a good time, Sunday, just post one thing, let it sit it out, and then on Monday come and post, and you're gonna see a change. This one is tried and tested. The second thing about stories is that stories are not that big of a deal when it comes to like ranking with the features Instagram has created. However, please continue posting your stories if that's where you nurture your community. Like for me, that's why I do a lot of nurturing my community, sharing behind the scenes, just having conversations with people. By all means, stories are great. However, they're just saying, they're not a big deal to them. Okay, the second thing is now the feed. Let's come to the feed. They're recommending you post 3 reels and 2 carousels, the swipe posts. So that's what they're recommending. So on average, 5 times a week. You're posting 5 times a week on the feed. So the balance, the thing is, Instagram has so many features, and it's like they love people who utilize all their features. In fact, Adam Mosseri, the CEO of Instagram, he did like a creator spotlight last week, and this guy that he was spotlighting is a person who uses all their features. They use the audio in the carousels, they turn their stories into posts and reels. Like he was actually applauding that guy for utilizing all the Instagram features. So I'm not surprised when they're saying that balance your feed, that they're carousels and they're also reels, because for the longest time I think when people had that Instagram is pushing reels, like you'd go and find someone's page is just reels, so anyway, right now they're really pushing for that balance. So anyway, can be 2 carousels and then 3 reels. Now these reels, okay, when you're posting a reel, they are recommending actually using hashtags. Like they're just saying hashtags are actually not dead, and there is a number when it comes to these hashtags, like how many you should use, and the optimal, the one they're recommending is about 8 hashtags. So 8 hashtags, of course relevant to like your video, but they're also talking about like the hashtag should have a certain number of people who are using this hashtag. So like your unique hashtags, like for me, I think there's a reel I posted yesterday and I used my own hashtag. That will not suffice. So it needs to be something that is a common hashtag that is between I believe between 100,000 to 100 million uses. So you're falling under that category. Like if you search, say for you guys, if say you're a fashion creator and maybe you're doing like a daily vlog, let me call it daily vlog. If you search daily vlog, I'm sure you'll see a lot of people putting daily vlog, right? But if you say your name like Joy's daily vlog, no one is putting that, so make sure that your hashtag has that volume. Yeah, it's called search volume. Like, make sure that it has a high search volume, so there are many people using it. So that's on hashtags. Okay, next up is Instagram Live. Now, if you usually go on live, they're recommending that you make sure that you just don't do it on a whim. Like, you're like, oh, I'm excited, let me just go live right now, see who's gonna show up. No, it won't perform well. So make sure that you have like some structure. Like, people know it's usually Tuesdays at 8, you know, so that they look forward to it. You build up that momentum, and by the time you're going live, people can come. And now Instagram can also be able to, you know, it triggers the algorithm to know, like, oh, people are tuning into this live, let's push it to more people, you know. So yeah, have a specific time and date, and yeah, so that people are prepared and it just performs better. Now, for those of you who have broadcast channels, if you don't know what broadcast channels are, it's like you bring your community together it's like a WhatsApp group where the admin is the only one who talks. Yeah, it's as simple as that. So for those of you who have a broadcast channel, first let me say it's only available to people with 10,000 followers and above. So if you've been trying to get broadcast channels, you're wondering, why don't I have one? Like, you'll see a notification you have been invited to join someone's broadcast channel, you're wondering where yours is. You need to have 10,000 followers and above. So anyway, if you have a broadcast channel, they're recommending posting at least 3 times a week. Yeah, 3 times. And that's the thing, guys, are you noticing a pattern here? Instagram wants you to utilize all their features. They have so many features. They want you to be on reels, to post carousels, to put music, to put hashtags. Hey, it's a lot. However, this is just what they're advising. So broadcast channels, try and aim for 3 times a week. Now, the last thing I want to touch on is threads. Guys, imagine if you use threads, it might help you. They are actually putting a lot of focus. I don't know whether they've put in a lot of money in that app, but it seems like it. Like, I think to Instagram, threads is more important than stories. It's just as blatant as that. So anyway, you need to be on stories. I don't know where people are supposed to get the time to be on all these features, all these things, but yeah, you need to be on threads rather. So they're recommending you know, saving like announcements of things and, you know, exciting things, you know, you just have them exclusively on threads. I don't know why. But yeah, so anyway, threads, somehow it's like creators who are gonna use threads are gonna, you know, are gonna perform better on all these other things that Instagram has. So yeah, in a nutshell, that's the lowdown of it all. And you know, we can just sum it up. Stories, about 6 every day. Let them expire at least once a week on the feed. 3 reels, 2 carousels. You know, you can put music. I told you, Adamoseri uploaded someone for putting music on their carousel posts. Hashtags are not dead. When you're putting your reels, when you're posting your reels, put in hashtags relevant to the video, of course, that have a high search volume of between 100,000 and 10 million. Yeah. Then if you go on lives, make sure that it's a set date and time so that people are prepared. Then if you have a broadcast channel, post at least 3 times a week. Then threads, you need to be on threads. So I don't know which one stood out to you the most. I think for me, just learning that stories, what I experimented with myself is actually real, is like, okay, I'm gonna try all these other things. So let me know in the comments below if this was helpful, and if you're new here, subscribe. I talk about social media, industry news, influencers, content creators, and brands. If you're interested in that kind of content, you're gonna love it here. So I'll see you guys in the next one.